up guys, Majjin here and welcome back to the cave. Before we start this video, I want to sincerely apologize for the time it took to release some new content. And also because I said this, we want to release a new video every week. The thing is that I've been so much busy lately with work that I didn't have the time to create these videos for you guys. Today I'm creating the Hive OS setup guide video. It's going to be a basic video, just how to flash the drive and how to configure your miner to get started. I won't go into much detail as I did with the simple mining video, but at least you have everything you need to get started with Hive OS. To get started with Hive OS, you're first going to need a drive to flash your image on. I really recommend to use SSD drive, or you can also use HDD drive. And something you can also use is a flash drive. Even if I don't recommend this option, it still works, but it might not work forever. I strongly recommend to use a docking station where you could put your drive in it and connect the docking station to a USB port. And if you don't have a docking station and you don't want to buy one, you can simply connect your hard drive to your home PC. Just open up your case, find the data SATA port and the power SATA port, connect your drive, power on your PC, and then you can flash this drive with your home PC. Alright, first thing you want to do is to go on the Hive OS website. So you go on hiveos.farm and you go here in the install. Here you have different options. You have the GPU version, you have ASIC version. I've never tried this one. Something really nice about Hive OS is you have the AMD Vega version. If you have Vega card, choose this version. You can download it with torrent or zip file. I use zip file to download it directly from the server. So while we're waiting for the download, we're going to create your account with Hive OS. So hit the sign in button, click here on register. So I won't create an account because I already have one, but this is just an example. So you just create username, email and password, and you click that you agree the term, and you click here on register. Once you log in your account, you should see something like this. However, you will be seeing only one form. This new form is the form I created and I don't know how to delete it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The thing is with the form is that if you have a form in your home and you have another one in your office and you have another one in your warehouse, you can separate all these forms into different categories. So this is what this menu is all about, is to just selecting which miner are you putting into which form. But before we continue, we first need to flash our drive. As you can see here, the Hive OS has finished downloading. So I'm gonna open it. And you need to extract this image file right there. So I'm just gonna put it in the download. Alright. And while the file is extracting, we're gonna go grab our flashing software because you need software to be able to flash your drive. There is many options out there, however, I do work with HDD raw copy. So open up a Google file and search for HDD raw copy. And the website is the hddguru.com website. And you can scroll down, I think. Yep, right here. Download Windows installer. Or you can just take the executor. I'll take the installer. So download the HDD raw copy installer. Install the software. Next. And launch HDD Backup. Agree to that. No, actually you don't open it right now. First, you need to connect your drive to your computer before you open up HDD copy tool. So I'm gonna stick in this USB. Now that your drive is connected to your computer, open up HDD wrap copy and first select the source. This is your Hive OS image file that we have just extracted. So double click on the file here and select the image file. In this case is this one here. Open up this file and hit continue. After, the program is going to ask you for the target. The target is your drive that you've inserted. So this target is the USB data traveler and hit continue. And this is where the flashing process starts. Hit the start button and it will be prompt you with a warning. This is really important. When you're flashing a drive, everything on this drive will be erased. If you have some password on this drive, if you have anything important, choose another drive because it's gonna erase everything. So hit yes and this flashing process will start. Flashing a USB stick can take quite some time. However, if you flash an SSD drive, you're gonna see that it's gonna be really faster. But for now, I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna be right back when the flash is done. Now that the flash is complete, we need to tell your drive to connect to your Hive OS account. If you remember with Simple Mining, we use a config file on the drive that you put your email in it that links to your Simple Mining account. With Hive OS, it's a little bit different, but it's still pretty easy. So close HDD wrap copy because we're done with this software and open up your Hive OS account. When you're in your account, click on your farm and this is the primary interface. Over here we're gonna find our miner, but right now we don't have any. So to create a new miner, we first need to hit this little icon here with a plus sign and hit add a miner. Select GPU and enter the name of the miner. So let's call this one Vega Miner 1 and hit the add button. So this brings us to this page, which tells us that you can synchronize your rig with the hash farm or your rig ID and password. But I've never tried this. What I do is that I download this file here, the rig.config file. So just click on the config file, download it, and what you do is that you take this file, rig.config, and you cut it, and then you paste it in your Hive drive. So this is what your Hive drive looks like. And you open it and you basically paste the rig.config file that I just downloaded here. Paste it in your Hive OS drive. And that's it. The synchronization is done. The miner is gonna know on which Hive OS account to connect to. At this point, we're pretty much done with the drive, and then go stick that drive in your miner. Now that your rig is power on with the Hive OS drive in it, when you return to your farm by clicking here, you're gonna see your miner being online right here. So this is the miner I created, Vega Miner number 1. Over here there would be hash rate if it were mining, AMD card, and all these boxes here are actually the GPUs. If there were one GPU that would be disconnected, you would actually be seeing a red square here instead of a green square. This is really useful for troubleshooting. Okay, now we need to tell our rig to mine the coin we want to. So head over here to wallet. Sorry, this is in French, but click here on wallet. And you can already see here I already have some wallet, but you need to create a new wallet address. So click here on add a wallet, and here select the currency you want to add, and here add your wallet address you want to mine into. And you can give it a name and a source, but it's not mandatory. Just select the currency and the address and click here on create. After this step, you want to create the actual config. They call in Hive OS, they call it a flight sheet. So click over here in flight sheet. Step number 1, choose your currency here. And this is your wallet. So you can choose the wallet you have just created. Over here you can select your pool. So you have a choice between all these different pools. And each currency gonna have its own set of pool. But for Ether, I really like to use Ethermine, so choose Ethermine. And for different pool, they're gonna ask you which server you want to use. Choose the closest to your location and hit OK. And here you can select the mining program. You can actually choose between different mining programs. So let's use Claymore Dual for this example. If you want to dual mine with Claymore Dual, same thing. Over here you can choose a different currency and a different wallet, different pool, and different mining program. And you click here on create your flight sheet. Once the flight sheet has been created, you will see it in the bottom over here. And you can create as many flight sheets as you want. So at this point, you're pretty much done. The last thing you need to do is to tell your miner to mine with this particular flight sheet. To do this, return to your worker here. Click on your miner. And once you're in the miner, click over here into flight sheet. And here you're gonna have the list of all your different flight sheets that you have created. And simply click in the rocket here. And that's it. Now the miner is gonna reboot and apply this flight sheet to the miner. To create a new overclocking profile, hit the button here, add an overclocking profile, select the name, well, choose a name, profile 1, hit save, hit the modified button here, and here you can select if it's an AMD card or NVIDIA card. You can adjust the GPU frequency, memory frequency, fan speed, power limit, and also you can turn off the LED on your card if you want to. And if you have 1080 and 1080 Ti, you can enable the OGOD enlargement pills. And this is pretty much it. When you're done, hit save, and you're gonna see your value entered here. And now if you want to apply the overclocking setting to your miner, it's pretty much the same thing as the flight sheet. Return to your farm, choose your miners. This one is mining right now. So click on your miner and go in the overclocking section here. And hit that button here, charge from a model, and select the model you have just created. In this case, I've created profile number 1, and hit apply. Now I won't apply this right now because I didn't enter value, but this is what you want to do if you want to apply overclocking to your rig. All right, let me just give you a quick overview of the miner interface. Over here you have all your GPU, and here it says unknown memory. I'm not sure why, but on regular AMD card, like on 580 or 570, the software do tell you what kind of memory is in it. Is it Samsung memory, Hynix memory, or LPDA memory? So it's really useful for people who want to flash their card. You can have all this information right there on Hive OS. Over here you can see the hash rate of each individual card. You have their temperature over here, and this is the fan, kind of the fan percentage. Over here we don't have any value, but I suspect that if we would apply overclocking, we would see those values right there. Over here on top, right now we don't see anything, but this is an historic hash rate value, so you're gonna be able to see the hash rate of your miner that was doing. I think it's 1 day. It records 1 day of hash rate, so this is pretty cool. At the bottom here, something really useful is that we have the power consumption. However, the power consumption, I believe, is only from the GPU itself. It does not take in count all the fans that are spinning, the power consumed by the motherboard and the power supply. So you might want to add a little bit more watt to this value, but this is still pretty useful to know the watt consumption of your miner. And at the bottom over here, it tells you what kind of motherboard do you have, what kind of CPU do you have, and what kind of hard drive do you have. So in this case, it's the data traveler that I've just flashed previously. And over here at the top, you have all kind of really useful options. Here you have power option. You can restart, shut down, or restart in 30 seconds. So you have all these options. I won't go through all of them. Here you can input some code. You can enable the watchdog. So you have all these options to enable watchdog surveillance. This is pretty useful. Minimum fan speed, target temperature, and over here you have the refresh button. You can also set this refresh button from the time that you want, like every 30 seconds the page is going to refresh itself. So this is pretty much it for the basic Hive OS. I hope my tutorial was easy to understand and that you will have no problem installing Hive OS on your miner. However, if you encounter any problem or have any question, feel free to drop those in the comment below. It will be my pleasure to check it out and answer your question. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be seeing you hopefully pretty soon in the next video.